How to communicate effectively. Communication is a way of sharing information, and it's very important. My name is Yetunde, everyone, and this is Life Lessons. Thank you for joining me. Now, how do you communicate effectively? The first thing is be an active listener. A lot of time, you've not even listened to the ask. You're not listening to the question. You're jumping into answering that question. You need to listen actively. A lot of people go for interviews, and years ago I used to coach people for interview, and when they come back and I ask them, when they give me answers that they've given to certain questions, it's easy for me to know how they've done, because some questions are in layers. If you are asked to name something and describe and give an example, it's not the same thing as you just making a description or giving an example. You need to answer all the three. Answer the question in all the layers. So be a very good listener. Active listening is very important. Also be clear in what you are communicating. What are you trying to pass across? Ambiguity will do nobody any good. For instance, when you are communicating facts, make sure that you understand your audience and you know what language to speak to them. People who don't understand certain acronyms, say at work now, you are dealing with both technical and non-technical people. Know how to share the right information with the relevant group. If you don't understand medical terms, you won't want people to be giving you medical jargons, would you? You understand? So be concise, be clear, be straight to the point. I know a lot of people who usually complain about their pastors. Oh, his sermon is always long, is this, is that, and I know I'm just using that as an example. The reason why you will complain in that way is because the communication is not concise. It is not clear. If it's going towards the right direction, you will follow along. You understand? So people get bored when they don't know the direction of communication, when there's ambiguity, when they don't understand, when it's not concise, when it's not directly straight to the point. You need to understand that. Then it is also important for you to be able to read both the verbal communication and non-verbal communication. For instance, when you are communicating with people, you should be able to read their body language. Whether they are following you or not, you should know. Their attitude, the way they sit, the way they are folding their arms, the way they are responding will tell you. And please don't blame it on them. That is because they are not interested, because I've seen that a lot, especially in religious settings. Don't blame it on them. Try to gauge the point of engagement and where you are losing them and the reason you are losing them, so that you can modify your communication next time. Maybe instead of just speaking, you need activities. You need to bring people together at some point. You need to also ask them questions or ask for their contribution. How do you bring them in? How do you drive the conversation through them and all? It's very, very important that you gauge the room. Also listen to the voice behind the voice. So when people are telling you things, for instance, you're asking a question and the person is answering, but you can hear a voice behind that voice. You want them to do certain things and they are telling you, yes, but, within that space, you should be able to tell how the communication is going and be able to gauge the impact that you're having and be able to see how you can navigate your way around and get the desired result. So let's say, for instance, you're trying to get a buy-in from a stakeholder now. Listen to the voice behind the voice. It's also important not to assume too much in communication. In fact, that's one big issue that happens, especially in relationships. I think at work, most of the time, when people are communicating, the assumption is little. I'm not saying that is non-existence. It is many times you are requested to do something and you don't have a full understanding. You need to ask questions. So what is the ask here? So what is the outcome? So what are we trying to achieve from this particular task that you're asking me to do? Don't assume that what you think is what the other person. Communication is a two-way thing. So you can't communicate all by yourself. Let's say you write an email to somebody now, and you assume that everything you say in that email is clear. Always add at the bottom to say, should there be any question, please don't hesitate to come back to me. I hope this is clear. If you have any issue, please let me know as soon as possible. You understand? Don't just assume that what you've communicated is perfectly understood and it is what is your intention that has been translated 100%. Because people read things different way. People even listen to things this different way. You need to ask for the understanding of the other person. So do you understand, or what is your understanding of what I've just communicated? That is very, very important. So don't assume that what you are trying, the information you are trying to communicate is exactly what they've received at the other end. Always confirm. Always confirm. Also, empathize. Try to understand where the other person is coming from. That is very, very important. Don't just shut down a conversation based on the fact that you think that what they are saying does not make sense. Try to empathize. Try to understand that it is possible that what you are trying to say may be different, maybe understood in a different culture, in a different way. You understand? So that is very, very important. I hope the point that I've discussed so far would help you in having effective communication in future. And if this has helped you, like I usually say, please don't hesitate to subscribe, share, like, comment, invite people. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video. Bye.